What is up, Ghostheads? It's another episode of the Ghosthead Radio Show. My name is Steady. Joining me, as always, is the one and only Matty B. What's going on, sir?
Gang, gang.
Oh man, exciting episode today because we're going to talk about one of the craziest events we've done. Arguably the craziest event we've done so far, like fan appearance wise, like just pandemonium
Mhm.
nonstop. Can't wait to talk about that. Our little adventure this past weekend that we were hyping up on our last episode. We're also going to talk about not a whole lot of big Ghostbuster news on social media, but there was a couple of interesting things that came up today. So we'll definitely talk about that. But first, we have to go ahead and discuss the Proton Pack tourney, the March Madness tourney that you so kindly started
Yeah,
for the group. So let's go ahead and discuss the final results and our official winner for our first ever Frankengang Proton Pack tourney. Go for it.
yeah. It was awesome. So I want to thank everybody who participated. Um, it was supposed to be a March Madness type tourney, but life is busy and it takes a while. And I was kind of doing this thing by myself, and I'd never done anything like it before. And I kind of liked the anticipation of it. I think everyone was patient with me. So again, I want to thank you guys for that. But it did come down to Paxton Christie and Ben Rollins, and it looks like Ben Rollins definitely came through with the win there. That distress pack versus Paxton's more traditional pack definitely came through. And again, the Spielberg level production value there, Ben. Geez. But he is going to win the Franken Geek product of his choice, which he's already told me what he wants, is the 2022 light and sound kit, which I will be getting sent out shortly. As long as they're in stock, you know how they are. So we'll have to check on that. But also, we are going to be sending out, Ted, if I can share the screen here, for winning. We're going to give
Absolutely.
Ben. We're going to give Ben this T-shirt here. Oh yeah, there you go.
This is different enough that we won't get copyright infringement.
Yeah. So we're going to make sure that he gets this T-shirt here for winning. I wanted to make sure that it was a little bit special. So custom T-shirt for Ben, and every year that we do this, and everyone that we get, we're gonna make sure that every contest that we have, whether it's a proton pack contest, I think I want to do a costume contest next.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do a costume contest next. But this will be the shirt that I'll have sent out to you here soon. Ben, I think you told me your size was an XL. So this will be a one-off, and we'll just ship it out to you. I think Teespring takes, I think it takes like 12 to 15 days even to get it out, but it'll be on the way. So there you go. We appreciate it, and congrats to Ben. And let's look forward to the next one. If you guys have other ideas on contests, definitely shoot them here in the chat. Shoot them on the Frankengang page, and do your thing. But again, thanks for your participation.
Congrats, Ben, the first ever Frankengang Proton Pack Tourney winner 2022.
Yeah. Woo!
Wherever he's at, he's dancing right now.
Yeah. Well, he's in the chat.
There he is.
Yeah.
He says, "Sweet, awesome."
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
cool to do
well
things.
deserved. Well deserved. Incredible pack, as everybody mentioned. Paxton's also in the chat saying congratulations again to Ben. And
Hard fought battle. Hard fought battle.
yeah, hard fought battle, worthy opponent, and I'm sure Paxton's going to come with the heat in the next tournament.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
think Paxton's downfall. I think he realized after, and I haven't talked to him about this directly. Um, but I think once he saw Ben's video, he was like, "Crap, I I don't think I showed mine off enough," and that may have been the difference there. So for all future contests, I guess production value definitely goes a long way.
There you go. There you go. So I mentioned some news that kind of came out, and had no idea. This dropped a few hours ago, so I'm gonna pull it up now, and we can discuss a little bit. It's regarding Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. So today is apparently International Museum Day, and in honor, I suppose, or in celebration of International Museum Day, the
Yeah,
Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed developers decided to drop some concept art from the video game. So what we're looking at, let me take this off here. What we're looking at is concept art from the Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed video game. This is their museum level, I guess, or museum stage, and
it looks awesome.
pretty pretty nice detail. Yeah, they put a lot of thought into this, and of course, if you've seen the gameplay of Spirits Unleashed, you know that a lot of things are going to be. I don't know if this is a word, possessible.
Yeah,
The mop bucket, the wet floor sign, maybe a trash can or a soda can, like anything that's sort of an inanimate object you can possess as a ghost, either to hide or to set traps. From what I understood, maybe I'm getting that wrong, but yeah, pretty sick photo that they're dropping on International Museum Day. There was a second one. Ah, okay. I guess this is a before and after photo. Check this out. There you go. There's the after
oh
photo.
wow,
Dear Lord.
that's awesome. So that's like after the match or whatever, because everything's gonna be ruined. That's cool, and you can see the sign there in the back where it said North Shore. It's all messed up, obviously from proton streams and everything.
Everybody's congratulating Ben in the chat. Rudy, Paxton, and then Bryce. Bryce showed up. What's up? What's up, Bryce?
Dude,
Good to see you again,
Bryce
man.
Bryce is a he's on every episode.
He's
Bryce
also telling congrats to Ben. Awesome.
Bryce is actually working on. He sent me a message earlier. Um, he's working on a new mod for his wheelchair pack to make it look more like the gunner seat from Afterlife,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah, had some good details there. Me and Bryce also. It's funny because I watched this. I don't know if you guys know Odin Makes. He's a prop builder. He was a prop builder for Smosh for a long time. If you remember that YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Um, but Odin Makes, he's just a prolific prop builder, and he has a YouTube channel. And right now he's doing the foam build of the Proton Pack. And me and Bryce were both watching that one day. I didn't know he was watching it, but they were reading out live chats, and Bryce was in there. And I sent him a message. I'm like, Bryce, are you watching this live right now? He was like, yeah. So he's everything Ghostbusters. Bryce is.
Upton's in the chat saying he gave him that idea, so he's taking full credit for that. Awesome.
um, and yeah, you guys are they're in the same group, the South Dakota
South
Ghostbusters.
Dakota.
Yeah.
How
So
far is the drive to Texas? You guys might want to consider coming down here in August. Just saying.
yeah, August would
Just
be a good
saying.
time. See two Ghostbusters in one day.
Two Ghostbusters and the only speakeasy Ghostbusters themed bar in the world. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I'm guessing. The world. Terry's also here. She says, South Dakota Ghostbusters in the house. Awesome.
Yeah, that's like our whole fan base almost is made
There
of the
you go.
South Dakota Ghostbusters. I don't know how the
They
algorithm
know
worked, but
they know how to party. That's just what it is. That's what it's
yeah, I
about.
agree. They do a lot of events too, so that's always good.
So here's what's interesting. So we know the game mechanics. Sorry to get back off track, but
Yeah.
The game mechanics of Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. It's a party game, 4v1. You play as either a Ghostbuster or you play as one of the demons, spirits. And I think the goal is not for you to take out the team, but you are supposed to, your goal as a spirit is to fully haunt a location, and maybe this is what the goal is. Like, you're supposed to trash whatever place you're in. That's just the theory of mine. I haven't seen a whole lot of gameplay for it. I know it's out there, but I'm trying to save my initial reaction for when I start playing it. So I think this is maybe what the you're aiming towards, is like sliming everything, demolishing everything, like damaging the surrounding area. That would be interesting. I would like that a lot. If it's sort of like a one of those, I think we talked about it over the weekend. Break stuff, stress reliever places
Oh
where you
yeah,
just like
yeah.
destroy
Rage Room.
rage rooms. This is like a rage room for a spirit. I think that's what they're aiming towards, and that sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah. So you're saying if you're on the ghost team, then your goal is to ruin everything, or as a Ghostbuster? Because I know there's games where like you get credit based on like as you're going, it racks up like a damage counter of like how much property damage you have. It'd be kind of cool on the Ghostbusters team too if like you got bonus points based on how much damage you racked up.
Bonus or like negative points. Like
Oh,
you
maybe
start
maybe
losing
negative.
points. You start
Yeah,
losing points. You start losing money because
yeah.
you just damaged too much stuff.
But that would make sense too, for as far as playable, like the playability of the game goes too, because it would make you focus on being more accurate, because you wouldn't want to destroy everything around you, so you would want to be more accurate with your proton stream.
Yeah.
Um, so, yeah,
Paxton says, earning the game says, can you take on my team? I think you beat the team somehow, like in Friday the 13th game. Yeah, totally sort of same mechanics as Friday the 13th. Although I've never played Friday the 13th, I kind of feel like it's similar to that other game. I'm not going to remember right now. But yeah, I think
it's supposed to be almost just like Friday the 13th. I think it's running on the same engine.
there you go. Okay. Yeah. Paxton says he's played it. Very cool. Very awesome. One other small tidbit of news is very interesting. I'm gonna have to pick this up. Funko has announced the Slimer soda collectible.
Hell yeah!
You get the little action figure, the little Funko Slimer pop that glows in the dark, and it also comes with the soda. I'm not telling you it tastes like the high C ecto, the ecto high C. I'm not saying that at all. It's probably nothing like it, to be honest, but it is interesting.
No, that's awesome. I actually I like I've been looking. I want like more um, Ghostbusters memorabilia. I ended up spending so much money on getting the cosplay together, putting together the pack, and getting all the screen accurate as close as possible, like the lifeguard and all of that. I spent a lot of money doing that, but I honestly like if you look behind, I don't have that much Ghostbusters memorabilia. I have like this box of cereal. I have that autographed picture of the boys back there. A gross blisters card from the 80s. But I don't have a lot of Ghostbuster stuff. So that'd be something that I would love to buy. Not open the can, set the can up there. Keep the little Slimer thing. So anytime new little stuff that comes out like that, I'm going to have my eye on it a little bit more, because now that I kind of have everything set and I don't have to spend as much money on my pack or anything like that, I like to invest in. I want to completely like change the shelf behind me. So that'd be something I would add for sure.
You're gonna fill it up with posters and what's it called? Autographed photos with you
Yeah,
and every single member of the Ghostbusters team, both
yeah.
previous and future. That's what we're gonna
And
do.
I want patches, guys. What? I know we got SD in the house. Hey, well, who are the other franchises? Send me some patches, bro. I'm putting on these contests for you. Least you can do is send me a damn patch. Get them out in the mail. I'll put the address. Send me a direct message. I want some franchise patches to put up here too. I'd like to start collecting those. Um, so
Somebody somebody shared it like last week. I think it was like a framed. It was just a frame full of patches. It was really nice frame, and it just had like
yeah.
20 or so patches. That's pretty awesome. That would be pretty cool to have.
Terry said, open the can on a Busterversary years down. Find spores, molds, and fungus, baby. Yeah, you party on
Bravo,
those. Yeah, get
bravo,
those
bravo. I'm actually gonna.
instead of the
I'm gonna.
beers.
I'm gonna retract my previous statement. I'm pretty sure the Slimer is just in the can, right? There's no like soda part of it. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how it goes. Yeah. Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I want some new stuff. I'm glad they're coming out with so much stuff right now. It feels as if, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier. We were like, well, what are we going to talk about? We always do that every time we hop on the show. Well, what are we going to talk about? And we do a couple of quick searches, and there's so much stuff to talk about because it seems like Ghostbusters is like, I don't know, it's huge right now. In my whole life, I haven't seen this much going on in the way of Ghostbusters. Like we were talking about the direct TV commercials. Wonder,
S.
yeah, I wonder if we can pull those up. They're pretty funny. Um, Ghostbusters commercials.
You know how I know like you, we've been observing sort of like the growing trend with the franchise. The one thing that really stood out to me was like today you can get a brand new Louis Tully costume online from the 84 film. Like
Yeah,
there's never been anything like that before, and yet it's coming out now. And just Ghostbuster merchandise or accessories or costumes in general. Like a few years ago, yeah, you'd see a few. Last
mhm.
Halloween, oh man, racks. I went to Target, whole freaking large display of Ghostbuster stuff, including like 8 9 foot Stay Puffed inflatable that was like there. I mean, I really hope Sony sees the potential in really leaning into the merchandising side of this franchise. Sky's the limit. If Sony
Yeah,
would really like start handing out I don't know, more Proton Pack and Ghostbuster accessory rights to like other companies to start printing this stuff, it'd be massive. I mean, I how do they not know by now that they should be selling a million of these and they would fly off the internet, off store shelves. The
yeah,
freaking Ecto 2 Playmobil, that thing's been sold out for months, right? They're like they didn't even make that many, and yet it's a huge hit. I love it. Sounds great, looks great, the lights are amazing, dude.
yeah. And again, I mean, it's really not that hard. And they don't have
No,
to all be perfect, like because the
no.
community. I mean, the designers of the toys have to go through way less um, stress to try to put these things together because the community will mod them. So just give us something, and we'll make it work the way we want to make it work. But make these products available. I've I mean, the inflatable proton packs upside down in the stores. Yeah, I saw the too, Paxton.
Not
Um,
not even in the store, like also like on display on the ads upside down. Insane.
yeah, well, I just sent you the link for this DirecTV commercial. Like, for example, like this, there's no reason, there's no movie coming out right now. We're way after Afterlife. Yeah, we have a couple of games coming, but there's no real reason for um, DirecTV to be doing this, other than for some reason in the atmosphere right now of pop culture, Ghostbusters is huge. And again, you were talking about costumes and stuff, and we're even seeing some of like the more ancillary characters seeing more again, like the Lewis Tully or like the Zool costume, as
The
opposed to
Zool
just
costume, yeah, that's being
as opposed to
sold.
just a flight suit. You know, that's what all it used to be. as you can get that cheap flight suit in the little inflatable proton pack. Um, but yeah, it's everywhere now. I really hope Spirit gets their contract back because Ruby's went out of business and they manufactured the
Right.
pack, and then Spirit bought the packs from Ruby's. Ruby's went bankrupt, so the license is in the ethos. So we don't know how they're going to get that back. I have to assume that Spencer's and Spirit, that's the company, right? Um, have the money to acquire the license, and if they don't, I would hope that Ghost Corps and Sony would be like, hey, we'll work something out with you, because the Spirit packs are awesome, and every single iteration of the Spirit pack, they
It's
made
gotten
it
better.
they made it easier to mod. Like when
Yes.
like the old ones, when you take them apart, like it's completely different. Mine, almost everything was you could take off. It was customizable. They made improvements along the way, like they were watching the community and they knew what we kind of wanted out of it. And I just don't want to lose that relationship that I had with that product. So I hope that they can work that out. I'm thinking about just going to law school so I can fight for this, because I
Yes.
will, you know,
That's what we need. We need somebody on our side, on the legal side of things.
to
Absolutely.
advocate.
There you go.
Yeah,
So this is what we're talking about. Ghostbusters is everywhere nowadays, and this is the DirecTV spot that came out. Felt like a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago or so.
yeah,
And we are not sponsored by DirecTV. This is not an advertisement that we are backing. We're
yeah.
just we're just watching it.
Great. Now that's a mod that would be kind of cool. Great, and it's quick and easy. But their baseball uniforms and everything, like that was cool. Like that took like some creativity to do. And the new one that's coming out, I don't know if it's out yet, is the NFL one. It's got like Jerome Bettis, Eli, and Peyton Manning. Um, and it's like, what? Like, there has to be something in the atmosphere right now that is just like, hey, throw Ghostbusters on it. It's hot. And I'm here for every second of it. I don't care if McDonald's does Ghostbusters commercials. I don't care who does it. Down here, or at least in Texas, we have Ernie Hudson on that "Don't Drink and Drive."
That's right.
Um, don't cross those streams unless you want to see these lights behind you. Um, yeah, that's a great commercial. The only thing I hated about the Spirit gear was the trap. I had three break. The button that activated the trap broke after maybe 10 uses. Got my hands on a Walmart trap and have had zero issues. Yeah, I've
Ooh.
never had a trap. I don't have a trap. That's the next prop that I'm going to make, I believe. But I might not either, because like you have a trap, Ted. Rob has a really nice one. I think a cool one to do would be like the sniffer that Venkman has in Dana Barrett's apartment. A sniffer would
Yeah.
be pretty cool. Um, or the what's
You
the
just gotta learn how to use it, though.
yeah. Um, but yeah. But again, the Spirit. Like if I bought the Spirit one, that button I wouldn't even use. I would just take it apart and I would mod it. I would put my own buttons and switches on there. Yeah, the Globuscope. Yep, I would definitely do that. Yeah, I saw Ben Kent does a sniffer. I'm not too happy with Ben Kent right now, to be honest. I still haven't even put together my 80-90% wand yet, but the quality of the wand isn't exactly what I was expecting, and some of my parts seem to be a little bit off scale. I mean, I have a Frankengang scale kit to put in it and everything. I want to connect it, um, but I don't know. I just, for some reason, every time I look at it, I get a little bit discouraged because it just wasn't the quality that I wanted. It does have the aluminum handles though, which is nice.
Still on the same topic of like costumes we never saw in stores until recently. Freaking Gozer costume. Look at that.
That's awesome.
It's it's not. The worst thing, I guess, it's more afterlife looking than anything.
Yeah,
I don't understand the I'm gonna call them Christmas ornaments all over her. But yeah, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. It's better than anything else probably that anybody else is doing. So yeah, freaking Gozer costume. Look at that.
yeah. I've seen some good cosplays on Instagram of Gozer, but it's rare. Um, Especially if they actually have the flat top. I mean, that's really going for it there. But
Absolutely.
we needed more girl stuff. Um, and it's not like you're gonna dress up as just Dana Barrett. I mean, nobody would know who you were. So that we got Zool and we have Gozer, and now we have Phoebe and what was her name? The other one,
Good question.
podcast Phoebe
Paxton says
Trevor.
80s. I'll go with the 80s one. They
Yeah,
had
Janine would
Janine.
be good. Yeah,
Yeah. Lucky. There you go. Lucky. Okay, here's how you know things are moving in the right direction. This is not an adult costume. This is a premium suit for a child.
those are great elbow pads.
Elbow pads, gloves, the
The belt,
belt works. Just the material of the suit way better than
zipper
anything
plate.
they've done. Absolutely, that's fantastic. If you're a child, if you have a child that's 8, 10, 12 years old, and they want something that looks high quality, because kids worry about that thing nowadays. There
Mm.
you go. This is from halloweencostumes.com, and i'm
Does it
not
come
i'm
with
not
a proton pack?
I don't know, right? That'd be insane to find
That
out.
wand doesn't look like a spirit wand. That'd be awesome if it came with a little proton pack too. That's a
I
very
mean, yeah, I was just about to say even the straps are better than the first spirit pack that I got.
oh yeah, like that's the first thing that you had to mod on your pack was those damn straps, dude. They're so those
Absolutely.
original ones are so bad. Like they weren't even like shitty backpack quality. I mean, they were like worse than that.
Let me see. What does this come with? No, it's she's wearing the inflatable backpack in the picture.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but either way, I mean, because if it's a kid walking around with it, whatever, I don't think they really need like the full on pack unless you know they're going to take care of it or you know how to fix it. Um, the inflatable pack is cool. Because we've seen a few kids out, especially at the premiere of Afterlife when we were there. There was a few kids that came out very dressed up as Ghostbusters. They almost had everything from Spirit, and a couple of them had the inflatable packs. I love to see it. Um, so I don't mind the inflatable packs much.
Yeah, not at all. Very cool. One second. Okay, so really quickly, let's talk about our adventure over the weekend.
Yeah,
We were lucky enough, our chapter in San Antonio, we're lucky enough to be invited to the Special Olympics, which is a major regional event in South Texas. You have athletes from all over the state, maybe out of state. Don't quote me on that, but maybe even out of state. And we were asked to go and join in on the festivities after the Olympics were over. They had sort of like a dance party. They had just kind of like a huge celebration after all the events had ended. And we had about 8 crew members go out there. And I'm going to kind of set the mood a little bit. Number one, I was a little worried because we're in our flight suits. We got our packs on our backs. And it's South Texas around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's about 97, 98 degrees outside. I was a little worried about that. But all my worries went away as soon as we stepped on the property and we walked from the parking lot to sort of the eating area. This massive tent. There's like 200 chairs. All the athletes and their families were like eating, and we walked over, and as soon as sort of like there's a couple of looks our way, there was some rumblings, and then
Yeah.
just pandemonium. We
Yeah.
just
It
had
was.
like dozens of people start like hustling and kind of jogging over to us, and everybody wants group photos and stuff, and we're like we're not even in the event area yet, we're still walking over, so we're just like, all right, let's get in the shade, folks, let's get in the shade first. And we took like 100 photos for the next like half hour
It was
just
insane.
in that one spot, and it
I
was
felt I felt like the
absolutely
Beatles for a second.
incredible.
I mean, I'm not even like exaggerating when I say that. The second that they saw that we were there, it was complete surrounded. And
Yeah.
then we had another member from Austin who came down for the event, and she ended up trying to meet us on the wrong side. And then Rob comes over to me and he's like, "I think Bev's here. I think she's on the other side." And then we look over there, and she is surrounded all by herself by people. And then the DJ throws on the Ghostbusters theme song, and then it got even crazier. Um,
Couldn't have been any better of an entrance for us uh, at this event. It was fantastic. Terry says, so cool. Bryce says, that's awesome. Being disabled myself, that really is awesome to me. I'm going to bring this up to our team to absolutely find out where either the regional event is, or just reach out to any of the organizations out by you, and, head on out there, man. It was fantastic, and that was just a start. That was just a start. Then we got into the park. This was all happening at Morgan's Wonderland Park, which is the first theme park that is sort of fully inclusive of any individuals that may have any type of disability. It's the first park of its kind. Some say in the world. I know it's for sure in the States. Some say in the world. I highly recommend you check it out. Morgan's Wonderland. And we took photos for hours. We took photos for hours. We were right next to a carousel. We got on the carousel.
yeah,
We were doing the Ghostbuster jig for a little bit as well. We had a blast.
yeah,
And then this guy on the show, Matty B here, he's he's very good at understanding when opportunities arise. And him and I are sort of on the same wavelength. So we happened to notice, like, sort of in the corner, there was this small amphitheater with a stage. And all the athletes and their families were actually on the stage. There was a DJ, and they were dancing. This was the dance party area. That's where the real magic was happening. So we were walking in another direction with our team, and we decided, you know what, let's go back to the dance party and spend a few minutes there and see what happens. That's when things went like level 20 crazy, because
yeah.
everybody was just focusing on us, and we were just dancing with everybody, and
Conga line.
it became this massive, I could only describe it as an Animal House when like the party finally happened and just like everybody went nuts. That's what it was like. We were just all screaming and yelling, and this DJ knew what to do. He played the Ghostbusters theme. So you have dozens and dozens and dozens of people screaming, "Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!" And they're putting their arms around us, and we're taking selfies. It was just a blast, and it was just a great feeling to be a part of it, to be invited. If we made anybody there feel happy in any sort of way, like, goal achieved, mission accomplished. And I hope we get to do it again in the future, because it was magnificent event. Rudy's in the chat. Rudy was there as well with his little son Sebastian. Paxton says toga, toga. It almost got to that point. Seriously,
Yeah, it was
it went
crazy.
pretty crazy.
I mean, I was breaking it down, that's for sure. But I like to have a good time. Um, but no, it was great. And again, I mean, I'm not shading any other cosplayers when I say this, but I mean, once kids get to a certain age, like they can love Spider-Man and they can love Superman and they can love Jedi's. But at the end of the day, they know it's not real. Um, Ghostbusters, like it resonates with them a little bit more because even adults to this day are afraid of ghosts. You know, kids are afraid of ghosts, and
Yeah.
like Ghostbusters aren't superheroes. Um, and the suits look very practical, and it looks like just a regular job. So it's more believable. And so again, I think the Ghostbusters, at least in San Antonio, bring it a little bit harder than some cosplay crew, because we get out there, we have some fun with it. We don't just stand in one place like, hey, come take a picture with us. We get out and we get involved and touch the people.
We
Jedi's are
wouldn't.
real too. Just
Yeah, Joe. It's great being a Ghostbuster because you have to have the charisma that goes with it, right?
yeah,
The team's outgoing. The team is out in the crowd. They're part of the community. We're not from another planet. We're not
yeah,
from sort of fake story or another galaxy or
yeah,
anything like that. So you're still part of the community and stuff. So it's fun to do that. It's fun to dance and sing and cheer with everybody and take all the selfies. So we just had a great time. Looking forward to the next one. We'll keep you guys informed on what we're going to be doing next. I think we have there's an event towards the end of the month. We'll talk about it probably next week, leading up
yeah,
to it, and we'll share it with some of the groups and all the pages on Facebook. So if you're not already part of the Proton Pack group, builders group that Matt put together. It's the Frankengang group, Frankengang, Frankengang group on Facebook. And everybody's going there just to talk about mods and accessories and asking questions and where to get parts and stuff. I know it's going good because people are getting the answers they need, and they're telling us that it's helping, and they're thanking everybody. So people who want help, people who want to get
yeah,
started, you're going to the right place. And thank you to this man for having the foresight to go ahead and putting something like this together so we can try and really push the fandom forward.
yeah, for sure. I appreciate the compliment there. Yeah, everybody keep it up. Keep the enthusiasm going. We're gonna let it breathe for a second, but I'm definitely gonna want to put together another contest here soon. And I'm not a rich guy, so I don't know how often or what I can give away every single time. But
We'll figure it out.
maybe, yeah, we'll come up with some stuff. So we'll definitely figure it out. But I guess that's it for us today, sir.
Absolutely. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat. Again, another shout out to Ben for winning the tourney. Bryce says Franken Gang for life.
Yeah. Gang, gang, give away your packs. It's just what a troll. He's the best.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Being haunted by a stuffed toy lion. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it. We'll keep you guys updated with future contests as well as future events that we're a part of. Please, please, please let us know where your groups are going to be at. If your group, South Dakota, looking at you, whatever you guys got coming up, let us know. It's not just about us. We want to talk about what you guys are doing too. Send us photos or send us videos. We'd love to call you guys out, show the world what you're doing. We're not just a bunch of guys that like to play
No,
dress up.
no, we're
So
not.
yeah, let us know, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great night. For the Ghost Heads Radio Show, I'm Steady, and joining me as always is the one and only Matty B.
Gee.
Peace, guys. Have a good night.